Awesome. Well, guys, welcome back to Over Our Dead Bodies.
Yay.
We're so happy you guys are here.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot to say about The Crash by Frieda McFadden.
Yeah.
I feel like, I wasn't expecting to feel as much as I felt about this book, but wow. Yeah. Wowie.
Okay, if you could give one word to describe the feeling that you have for this book, what would be the one word?
Frustration.
Anxious.
Okay, anxious, frustration. People in the chat, we would love to hear your one word.
Yes.
I would say, this is going to sound bad. I don't want to be so mean, but I was bored.
Disappointed is another one, yeah.
Disappointed.
Okay.
For a Frieda book, I was kind of disappointed.
I don't want to like spoil anything yet, but not my favorite. Not my favorite.
Oh my gosh, one person said tuna. Oh my god. And conflicted. I get conflicted too.
Tuna, the amount of times that word was in the book was unbelievable.
Another person said annoyed.
Yes.
Love that.
One of the things that really I was like, I wasn't really reading a lot of phrases that bothered me. We've talked about those phrases before. But tuna.
Got
I
you
would
there.
never refer to my fetus as tuna. Just saying. I would never.
Never.
So
Never.
I have a confession. My dog's name is Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter.
Yes.
But I call her Tuna interchangeably. So
But it's a dog. It's not a human.
And so that's why I was like, stop it. I call my little dog Tuna. Stop it. But it was cute. In a way, it was kind of cute. It was kind of cute, but
if you would have called your kids by your cravings, what would their nicknames have been?
Rev would have been mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Tater tot.
I could have eaten a truckload. I think I did actually. We went to Longhorn when I was 7 months pregnant, and I was like, I would love a steak, but I would also love 3 sides of mashed potatoes.
3 sides.
I don't want a vegetable. I don't want the salad. I want 3 servings of mashed potatoes.
Yeah, it has to be 3.
Yeah. Reagan, I didn't really crave. I think cinnamon. Cinnamon is what I craved with her. I know.
That's interesting. Interesting. Cinnamon. What about you, Lauren?
Definitely not tuna.
No, I didn't really have cravings either. I honestly didn't have much for pregnancy symptoms at all. But I feel like I ate a lot of sushi, so I guess sushi.
Is that allowed?
Are you allowed to eat sushi?
Sushi.
Lauren just...
Not you guys judging me. Excuse me. No,
I just love that. I'm like, isn't that the one rule?
No raw fish. No raw.
I mean, yes, but no, it was cooked. I would have shrimp tempura.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine. That's allowed. That's allowed.
Someone said cheese curls.
What are cheese curls?
Hot Cheetos.
Oh, is that what they are?
They're like Cheetos.
The Jack's. Yeah, the Jack's cheese curls. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of those. I might need to try them out.
Tuna is a really gross craving too. Craving tuna to me is what? That's just I don't know.
When we were in Vermont, we went to this diner, and they had a tuna melt on the menu, and I was like,
"You ordered that, didn't you, or no?"
I ordered it. I had a tuna melt. I have not had tuna in forever. And
that was before we started reading the book.
This was before we started reading the book, so.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. All right, summary. Should we go over trigger
Yeah.
Probably
maybe
let's talk about some trigger warnings here.
We like to do trigger warnings. Specifically, this one has a lot of sexual assault, rape, so We like to always say that at the top of the episode, just in case you are wanting to check out our killer summaries and then go read the book. If that's something that you're not interested in because it's a trigger for you, you can just skip this episode and we'll see you next time.
And also pregnancy loss.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot. It's a lot. It's hard to be a woman.
This one hit all of them almost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Anna, I think you did the summary.
Did I do this? Yes, I wrote a summary. You ready?
Okay, give us. We're so ready.
I'm so ready. Okay. Deep-seated in a recent trauma, Tegan finds herself pregnant and in the hands of two strangers after a bone-shattering car crash in the middle of a blizzard. Can she trust her saviors, or is there a reason for her paranoia? Find out in The Crash by Frieda McFadden.
That's good.
Wow. Okay. Not bone shattering.
Yeah, bone shattering. That was quite the...
I was like, is that a thing? Is deep-seated trauma and bone shattering a thing? I don't know. I just made it work.
It is now.
Exactly.
You made
that one. That one might go on my list of phrases. Bone shattering.
Bone shattering.
That makes me think
well,
of
I
the
was.
video today. I hate listening to that.
Oh, the crinkly. I thought that was hilarious.
It is hilarious. I can't watch it with the sound on.
There's a video of Anna on Board Teachers just like standing up from the floor and her bones are like cracking and it's amazing.
Life is hard in your 30s. Jamie wanted to stop by and say hi. She's stuck at urgent care with her stepson. Oh, Jamie, we hope he's okay. And thanks so much for stopping by, but I hope he gets better fast.
Yeah, that's no fun.
She said this book was nuts. So excited to join in.
It was, Jamie. It was.
It was nuts. All right. Do we want to dive in?
Yeah,
let's dive in. Let's do this. Let's do it.
So we've got Tegan.
Yep.
Let me get my Kindle out here.
So Tegan was our main character. She was young, right? It said she was like early 20s.
I think she was 21 or 22.
She's 23.
Okay.
23.
I was close.
Very young, pregnant by a married man, but didn't know. Did she know at the time
that he was married? No, because she saw him on the TV.
Oh, that's right.
She saw him on the TV. That's when she realized.
She doesn't remember. I'm going to get real explicit real fast. She doesn't remember having sex, right?
No.
Yeah. Which that alone, like before she realizes that she was raped, it broke my heart because if you don't remember it, I would consider that rape, you know?
Yeah.
And so that kind of broke my heart that as she's trying to figure out like what really happened that night and who this guy is, the whole time I'm sitting there like, well, if you don't remember, this is assault, you know?
Yeah, because you're not in the state of mind to consent to something like that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
And she even said, like, I had one drink. Like, I was not at the state where I should be forgetting the whole night. So it took her a minute to kind of realize, but...
Yeah. Well, someone in the chat said she smelled his cologne.
Yeah, give her a
and that was like like that. And I think a lot of people with trauma, the scents can trigger memories from deep sea
She
trauma.
remembered saying, no, please stop. And him kind of like forcing himself on her. So that's kind of how she realized. And it was like when she was about to sign the paperwork that says like, I won't tell anybody you've impregnated me and then I'll get my money or whatever. And then that's when she's like, hold up. Like, I just remembered kind of.
Yeah, there's a quote that she's kind of talking about this is before she believes that he had raped her. And she says something like, he's going to pay for all these things. I just have to sign the NDA and my life's going to change for the better. Yeah. And then there's a quote where she said, he saved me. And I highlighted it. And this was before she said the word rape. And I said, he raped you in my notes. Like, he did not save you. It just like it broke my heart. Like it really broke my heart. Like I hated seeing her like, wow, this man is saving me. I was like, he is not your savior. Like,
He's a disgusting piece of garbage.
Like if he's paying you, if he's paying you off, he's not saving you. He's saving himself, really, because he's trying to, prevent his wife and family from finding out.
Right.
And his reputation.
And not going to jail.
Yeah.
So, that part really, I was like sick to my stomach when she was talking about that. I was like, breaks my heart.
Yeah. I know. I really felt for her situation and like just how hard that decision would be too. Like this man's money, like it could feel like saving when you are literally living the way that you're living. And she didn't have anything for the baby. And like,
no.
Like inside I was like, I could not even imagine not being prepared, not having clothes, like nothing.
Well, and to be 23 years old, I mean, you're so young. Like you don't know what you're doing at that age in general. And then to throw in raising a child, like that's a lot.
Yeah. And it made me wonder, like, how many women are put in this position where, they're given hush money. Yeah. And I mean, I just feel like this is not an uncommon story, that part of it for Tegan. So, that was tough. And then, so she decides to go to her brother. Mm-hmm. What is his name? Dylan?
Dennis?
Dustin?
Why do I say...
Not Dustin.
I think it's Dustin.
I think it's Dustin. No, I think it's Dennis.
I would remember if it was Dustin. I feel like I would remember.
No, it's Dennis, you guys. I just looked it up.
God, just so everyone's in on the secret, I had a crazy stalker ex named Dustin. They know all about it.
That's why in my brain it was Dustin. Oh.
I was like, guys, it's not Dustin. What's his name? Dennis, okay. I gotta write that down.
Anna's over here like, not Dustin. No one's car wheel got let out of air, so we're good. Like it wasn't Dustin.
That was so.
He can crash.
So
she didn't have a flat tire. Okay, we're good.
Yeah. There's my little trauma for the day. So she goes off to see Dennis. And I was so excited for her. I was like, good. She needs to be with family during this time.
Wait, we didn't talk about Jackson.
Ooh, yeah. Jackson.
We didn't talk about Jackson betraying her.
I have a soft spot for Jackson. I love Jackson.
I do too. I just think
I think that in the moment where she's about to sign the NDA with Simon and Jackson kind of believes his boss over her, I knew it was just in the heat of the moment for him. I was like, this is a good guy. Like, I think that that's just an awkward position to be in. He doesn't know what to do. It's so hard to know what to say in those kind of circumstances, especially for a man, I think. So I gave him a lot of leeway.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know necessarily. I don't know if he didn't believe her and was backing his boss, or if he so badly wanted things to work out for her, and so he was like, just take the money, like you'll be able to provide for your daughter and for your life.
That's very true.
So I think it was more a situation of like he just wanted the best for her because he cared for her, and he was like, this is the only way that you're gonna have this life that you dreamt of.
Yeah, that's very true. I know. I loved Jackson. I loved their relationship, and
I thought it was cute. I knew he was going to come back at the end and be like, I've been trying to get a hold of you. I knew it. That's probably the reason I didn't like this book, is because everything I knew. I was like, I know everything that's going to happen in this book. And I never say that, y'all. I am not good at guessing stuff at all. At all. But this one, Little Miss Polly Pocket, I didn't trust her from the get-go.
Polly Pocket Locket.
Oh my gosh, we did that too.
I forgot about that video.
Oh my god, people are going to think it's because of this book.
I don't
Wait, there's
know.
a lot of
like,
things that are like
it's
Vermont.
so crash coded.
It really is. I mean, I guess we were up there in the Northeast, so.
It's true.
Yeah.
We're just getting
But-
in the moment.
I know. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Snowden. Yeah.
Nobody broke a bone, so we're fine.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine? What would we have done? Just a lot of screaming.
So much screaming.
So much screaming. Oh my gosh. So, who did you? I know that we're not supposed to do casting call, but I'm dying to know who you guys have for Hank, because Hank's about to come on the scene. She has the epic car crash, and Hank comes. Who did you guys have for Hank? Did you have anybody?
Yeah. I had Jason Momoa because he was described as like this big, burly beard, like. And so I was picturing like this really attractive, like woodsy kind of vibe, and Jason Momoa is like this big beard, big guy.
Yeah, he's sexy.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I wouldn't
Not
mind
as
him
sexy
saving
as
me.
Alec Baldwin, but
Or Jeff Goldblum. Goldblum.
Alec Baldwin's gonna pop up later today. I have a little surprise for him.
oh,
Isn't he in jail or
So
something? Or
excited.
what's his story?
Yeah.
he's
Ooh, someone
kind
had
of in
John.
his own jail.
Someone had John Goodman. I think that's Kelly. Jess,
like
who'd
a
you have?
So I
Yeah.
had Alan Richson. Alan
dat?
Richson. He is the
I
guy
gotta
who
Google him.
plays Reacher.
Oh, see, I've never seen Reacher.
Oh.
He's like really
Alan.
tall, really big. Just picture him like with a beard.
Alan
Reacher?
Richman?
Oh, wow. He's
Alan Rich,
smoking hot.
sexy.
Wait, I'm not looking at the right
Sexy.
guy.
Guys, you guys picked like hot people.
Guys, I'm not looking at the right guy.
Well,
I hope I'm not looking at the right guy.
it is. So it is Hollywood. It is Hollywood, and he was he was an attractive guy. I think his
Yeah.
his height and presence.
Okay, now
That guy is. Honey, if that man finds me in a car, take me
By
home, baby. Put me in the
all
basement. I'll go.
means, Put me in
Shackle
your
me up.
basement.
Tuck me up, baby. I'm ready. Put me in that
Take off
hospital
your
bed.
crazy- No crazy wife,
You
though.
you could take off my boot. You could take off whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Guys, I didn't pick a sexy man.
Who did you?
I
pick?
picked. So imagine a young one. He's got to be young. Jeff Bridges. The Big Lebowski. The Big Lebowski. Do you know the dude?
A young version of him?
A young version of him, because he's big and burly, and he's like, to me, Hank was a little bit of a. He was just like a softie, and he wasn't very. Take off my boot. Someone said sorry. In all caps, take off my boot.
Cut it right off.
Mrs. Anderson is coming in the basement with Alan.
Side. Oh my gosh. But so I thought Jeff, because like I feel like he's a burly guy, and he does have a sexiness to him, I think, but not like the guy you picked, Jess, or Jason. You guys
Just
picked
picture
hot
him
guys.
with a beard. Just picture him with
Yeah.
a beard. Like,
Oh, I am.
oh, I am
Oh my gosh.
amazing. Amazing.
So, was anybody suspicious of Hank ever?
No.
I never was.
The only time I was when they were driving in.
Mm-hmm.
They were driving to the house and he wasn't answering her. I started to get panicky with her.
Yeah.
Because why wasn't he talking? But then and then when Polly comes out of the house, I'm like, oh, okay. It's I don't know.
I had a feeling that he was gonna save Tegan the whole time. I'm like, Hank's gonna eventually
Yeah.
bring her to the hospital. He's going to be the savior in this. I could just tell because he was not having Polly's yes. He was like, you have to either bring her to the hospital or I will, kind of thing. So I had a feeling he was gonna I didn't think it was gonna be that easy, but I had a feeling he was gonna be the one.
Yeah.
There was a lot of build up, and then she just goes to the pharmacy and he takes her. It was kind of anticlimactic for me.
It was.
in a sense.
Yeah, I was just like, when they were at the hospital, like, I kept thinking, like, oh, on the way, Polly's going to crash into their car, or on the way, something, you know? And then he, like, gets her there and gets her in, and then she wakes up and she's in a hospital. I'm like, what? Like, how did this work out so well? Like, that's kind of what I meant, like, when I'm like, it was a little disappointing. Cause
I need to speak with Frieda's editor, because, like...
Yeah,
this
like,
one...
usually there's, like, so many things happening. Like, how is that so easy? He just ended up in the hospital. Like, I don't know.
It is
Bippity
true, like, with
boppity
this...
boo.
Yeah, okay.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
For real, though.
And then he brought her there, like...
It was a lot. It wasn't, there just wasn't a lot going on. Like, I feel like with Frieda books, there's always a couple of different storylines going on or something. And this just, you know, this has happened before too. Like, there's so many if you're a true crime junkie like me, you've heard this story of a woman kidnapping another woman to have their baby, which is just, like, as someone who's not a mom, like, it just seems so insane to me that I can't even, like, grasp it. Like, wanting something that desperately to do something like what Polly did. And there's, like, a true crime story about a girl in West Virginia, which is my home state, and she had, like, registered on Toys R Us or something, and another girl her age found her on Toys R Us, like her baby registry, and, like, tried to cut that baby out of her belly. Said that, hey, someone shipped your gifts to me by accident. I'm pregnant too. You can come get your gifts. And she was like, oh, it's another woman. Like, I totally trust another pregnant woman. Try to steal that baby right out of her. So
Nope.
So the whole time I was like, Polly wants this baby, and I know it. Like,
I'm glad we touched on, like, her having mental health struggles, because I could totally see how somebody, like, in Polly's mind, she thought she was doing the right thing. She thought, this girl is young, she doesn't have a husband, I'm doing her a favor by taking this baby because she's not prepared and she's not ready. And so I think she fully believed that she was doing the right thing.
I think this story too, there's a lot of, like, assumptions being made about people based off of either stereotypes or just, like, situations or, like, one thing that you see. So, like, Polly immediately assumed that Tegan was going to be a bad mom because she had Dennis's flask. And then also Tegan assumed that Hank was an abusive husband because of the bruises.
That's, like, such a good point, Jess.
It was just, like, so many assumptions being made about everybody that, like, I was just like, everybody just sit down and talk. Like, this is crazy. It was so frustrating to me that Hank wasn't going down into the basement and just being like, hey, girl, do you want to be here? Like, I don't really believe her, but, like, that really annoyed
when
me.
He knows that Polly has a history of, like, mental health, you know, struggles. Like, he should know better than to just trust her word. Like,
she stole a baby from a hospital, and now she's got a super preggo woman in the basement. Like, Hank, I started getting mad at Hank towards the end because I was like, Hank, get it together.
Yeah, for me, it was borderline enabling. And I'm like,
yes,
like, you call Dr. Savinsky or whatever.
Right.
Like,
yeah, he just kept suggesting, maybe you should call. And my thing is, like, I feel like he was, like, a little afraid of Polly. Like, he didn't want to upset her, you know? He didn't want her to be like, girl, you're crazy. You need to see help. He was just like, maybe you should I think you're okay, but, like, maybe you should just check in, kind of thing. And it's like, at that point, buddy, you need to be like, I'm calling and letting her know what you are doing here. Because, you know, but then didn't she have something on him? And so then they would both
it was
be
like
in
a
jail
tax
or something?
return.
Right.
Yeah, it was
there
like
was
a tax
something she had
return.
on
I was
him.
like, really? That? Like,
yeah. She had
I
something
think you guys can figure that out.
Yeah. She was like, we'll both go to jail. I'm like,
that was another note. That was another note that I want to, like, write to Frieda's editor. I'm like, really? A tax return? Like, we've all fudged tax returns. Just kidding, IRS. I have not. I have
Never.
They didn't go into detail about how bad it was. So, like, I'm assuming.
Right.
Hank just seemed like a softy pushover, like, just in a big body.
He loves her. He loved her very much.
He loves her.
Yeah. I very much worry that Polly is now has a kid that she's taking care of. Like, I just don't think that the fact that she doesn't get caught, and then like they just were like, oh, now she's a happy family with like a little girl, like the next door neighbor girl. I was mad. I was like, this is not okay what she did. And this isn't the first time she's done something. Like, she needs serious help, and letting her adopt a child is not the answer. I was mad about that. I was really heated about it.
I mean, okay, like, real life question, like, isn't like what Hank did to Mitch the same thing as like kind of what Polly was doing to Tegan? Not like the goal was not the same, but like,
but Mitch was a bad guy.
Agreed.
Tegan's not a bad person.
Yeah.
She's completely innocent. Mitch was not. That doesn't make it right that Hank murdered somebody.
Did he try to, though? Wasn't it kind of like an accident? I can't remember now.
No, that was
he
pretty
like
on
held
purpose.
his face. He held his face like in the snowbank.
Oh, but at first he fell or something, didn't he? 'Cause
Which
he was drunk
okay, another question about that. Like, wouldn't the police see like thrashing in the snow? Like,
and when they do an autopsy and see that he suffocated, like they don't just.
well, that's like they
know.
knew that he had suffocated in the snow.
Oh right,
but,
'cause
like,
they probably figured he
but
passed
wouldn't-
out and.
Yeah, but wouldn't they have seen like a thrashing of some kind, or like the face was like pushed into the
Girl,
snow?
I think they were so tired of getting all the CPS calls that they were just like,
He's dead.
bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rip Mitch.
Hey, next door
Florida.
neighbors, y'all
Yeah,
want to
like,
take over this kid?
Yeah.
Someone said
Well, then my
justice for
thought was,
Sadie.
like, what my thought was like, what if they
Justice for
try and
Sadie.
get Sadie impregnated so then they can like hold her hostage and then
Oh
raise
my
her
gosh.
baby? Well,
Lauren!
Frieda, take notes. The crash. Too.
Literally, that is the crash too. Lauren, write it, sell it to Frieda. You can be the ghostwriter. That's the next story.
well, am I wrong? Like, I feel like she could be like, oh, now I can like. Not her
Guys,
husband,
hold
but,
on.
like,
My TV turned on in my other room. I was like, I live alone, everybody. I was like, someone's in my house. It's just my TV. Okay.
Polly. It's Polly.
oh my god.
Polly!
Why did you tell us to hold on? Like we could do something about it.
Well, because you guys were talking, I was like, wait, I need to hear this. Sorry, that was rude.
What are we gonna do?
Anna's like, shut up. Someone's in my house.
Wait a minute. It's Dustin. Oh, God.
No, Dustin. He heard us.
oh,
Oh, no.
oh, only had flat tires, honestly.
Who did you have for Polly?
Hated Polly. Hated every second of Polly.
No.
Hated her.
I had Emma Stone just because I could see Emma Stone playing Polly.
Ouch.
Ooh.
A lot of people say that I remind them of Emma Stone. That's why it hurt my feelings.
You do not remind me of Emma Stone at all.
I don't see it at all, and people say I have the same mannerisms as her, and I'm like, don't see it. But I can see her looking very homely, because I imagined Polly very homely, so I could see her pulling that off.
It was the braids.
I had
yeah.
I had a very young, I always have old people, a young Sissy Spacek. Like the person who played Carrie.
Yes.
In the first Carrie.
The original one from the 70s. So she's probably dead. I don't know. But
I don't think so.
yeah,
That's
I had
a good
Sissy
one.
Spacek.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Who'd you have,
I
Jess?
had Katie Holmes.
That's a good one too.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I can also see her very homely. Yes. So you didn't like her at all, Lauren?
No.
Yeah. I wish she was a little bit more empathetic, like, because I feel like the best villain you have to have some empathy for. And at the very beginning, I had empathy for her because, I have a lot of friends that have done the IVF journey
Right.
and have tried to go through adoptions, but it just so quickly put a bad taste in my mouth. I don't know.
It
just didn't land.
It went too far. I think someone said it in the chat, like, I was honestly convinced that she had killed her own mom. And like,
I was
yes.
shocked when everything turned out to be true. Like the whole time I kept, when they were like, oh, we changed the basement up to be like a hospital bed for my mom and all this stuff. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no way this is true. And then you hear Polly's point of view and she's like telling the story of everything. I'm like, oh, okay. So she wasn't lying.
I legit, the first part of like Polly telling the story, I underlined the part where she like talked about her mom like in the basement. And I was like, oh, thank God it's real.
Yes. I literally same. I was like, this is so fake. There's no way. Like,
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
No way.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, she's not that far gone.
She's crazy, but she's not that crazy. Yeah.
I feel like as like a mom, and just like how much I know like some people want pregnancy and want the kids, and like to not be able to have that, and especially for someone like Polly, who that was like her whole entire dream.
Yeah.
Like, it's earth shattering. You don't know who you are if you can't do the one thing you wanted to do, or the one thing that you feel like you were made to do. So like for me, I felt bad for her. I really did. She was not a good person, and she was like, again, she was kind of enabled by Hank. But
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I think that they genuinely.
She knew how to like pull his strings too, like saying that she was gonna kill herself. And
Oh, I forgot about that too. Yeah.
I think they loved each other. Like, I think that, you know, these are two people that really love each other. They want to create a baby together out of love. Like, it's the, you know, so I get that part. It's just, you know, I just wanted him to go down the daggone steps. I'm like, just walk down there, dude, and just suck it up. Like, if you really love your wife, you will save her from making a dumbass decision. Mm-hmm. But like, again, she just gets by with it. And I'm like, what? Yeah. She just gets by with it? But that's why there better be a crash too with Lauren's something.
Oh God, no. It's
not that way, but that we got to know more about Paul. I know, right? I don't mean that for Sadie, but like this is not her first crime, you know. This is not Polly's first crime, so it's tough.
When the cops showed up, I was like, like, I knew she was gonna like get out of it somehow, but she's like being super fishy, and I was like, there's no way the cops believe this. And then when they like saw the basement window, I was like, oh, she's gonna be saved by the cops. And then I looked down and I was like, I still have like 55% of this book to read.
And there were multiple times where I was like, surely I'm close to finishing this book. And
surely.
And it was a fast read, but
it was
just
like a fast read.
Yeah. That's what Frieda's books are, definitely always fast reads. But oh, you guys are both taking a little drink. Cheers.
Yay.
But I thought for sure, like when she invites Dennis in, I'm like, oh, he's gonna hear Tegan's gonna hear her brother's voice and she's gonna scream or something. Like, I'm like, there's something gonna go awry here, but nothing did. And I'm like, some crazy thing happen.
Yeah. Nothing.
I think the crazy thing was her letting him in. I guess that was the one crazy moment, because she doesn't let him in at first, and there's some time, and then they decide to let her in, or let him in, excuse me. Yeah. But then fucking Dennis is the bad guy. That I did not guess.
Oh my God, I did not.
I did not guess that
really?
part. I'll give you that. No. Mm-mm. You thought so, Jess?
I think it
you
was
were like
I don't normally get that. But, like, it was the way he was, like, insisting on her getting the money, and, like, what happened? Yeah. Like, why? Like, what's going on? Like, it was all weird.
I really didn't see it.
He did question a lot when she backed out of it. And she's like, I'll just come tell you in person. I'll come tell you in person. But he was like very like, no, just tell me. But
I mean, I feel like if I was backing out of a bunch of money, that's how my brother would react too. So I really was just, my brother and I are really close, and I think he would have known every step of the way what I was doing. And so for me to all of a sudden back out, he'd be like, you need to tell me right now what happened. So to me, I was just like, oh, and I thought it was normal for him. It's normal for him to be like, you need to come up here, like, let's have a safe place together and we'll talk about it. So I just was so shocked. I was like, the fuck, the brother, no.
Yeah.
But it was also really sad because that was her only family too. So
I
it, like
know.
it's really disappointing.
Tegan.
Tegan.
But she's got
Right,
tuna.
baby
She's
Tegan.
got tuna.
And she's got Jackson.
She's got Jackson too.
So what did we think about the end? Where is Polly redeemed? Because she saves
No.
her?
I don't know, like Anna said, like I feel like it's just troublesome that she has
Immediate
Sadie
no.
now. It's like very
Fuck that bitch. That's how I feel about Polly.
Well, she saves Tegan.
she does save Tegan, but she doesn't.
Because she wants the baby still. She's only saving Tegan because she's like, still in her mind, maybe I can get this baby.
I mean, and if she hadn't seen Dennis putting something in the IV, she was gonna go through with her own thing too. So I mean, like, part of me is like, the timing just happened to work out for her. Like, I don't know. I knew the point that I knew that Dennis was bad was when Jackson was talking to Tegan in the hospital bed, and then all of a sudden, like, Dennis walks in and he like can't finish what he was about to say, and then he was like, we need to talk or whatever, and I'm like, he wants to say something about Dennis. Like, there's something about Dennis.
Wouldn't he have known about Dennis before, though?
He would have known that he worked with was his name
Right.
Simon?
Yes.
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 He would have known that they worked together because Jackson was like working with Simon, so you'd think that he would know what other people are working with him.
That's true.
So, Jackson.
You have the explaining to do, sir.
Jackson.
Jackson. What do we think about Jackson? I don't know. I want them to live happily ever after. I want them to live happily ever after, though, you know?
Yeah, I get that.
Did you guys pick anybody for Jackson?
I didn't have anybody for Jackson.
I did.
Who'd you have?
I did.
Tell me.
Why are you guys laughing?
Let's hear it.
I did. It was just the way you said I did.
Me. I did.
I had Tom Hardy.
Oh.
Just because
Interesting.
I feel like Jackson was like such a like business professional, but like also kind of sexy because he's like, you know, trying to like take care of Tegan and like, I don't know. I just pictured him as like a kind of sexy business guy.
I imagine him being scrawny for some reason.
Me too.
Funny.
Okay, this is gonna be like a really bad, and I don't want to like talk about anyone's looks or disparage anyone's looks, but like, you know, Gabe from The Office, like the tall, lanky,
Yes.
like
Yes.
a hotter version of him.
That is so.
That's kind of what I was thinking, Jess. More like a scrawny, but like has a little bit of dapperness to him.
Yes.
Tall and lanky. Yes. I can totally see that guy.
That's another really good one. Yep.
Yeah.
So, you know who I had for Simon?
Cool.
Give me Daddy Alec.
Yes.
I mean, that is a good one for him because he is very like
Just a sleazeball, you know?
Yeah.
so sleazy. Yeah, greased up.
I just was like Alec Baldwin all the way, sleazy daddy. What's up?
I think you have like daddy like boy issues. Like
I don't know.
Baldwin.
Most of the guys I have a crush on, celebrity crushes, are not sleaze bags, but for some reason he's the one that slides in. All the other ones are like, you know, it's just. And plus we talked about him last episode, so I was like, why not?
bring
use
him
it
up
again.
2 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
That is a good
For-
one. I didn't have anybody for him. He wasn't in it really enough for me to like get a
No.
good sense of like. Besides, he was a complete idiot, asshole.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, there's no other way to describe him.
Well, like the whole plot is driven by his conflict, but he's not really in it that much. It's just yeah, I mean, so you girls didn't answer about Polly because Jess asked, do you think like she redeems herself? What do you think, Jess? Did you answer it?
No. No, I didn't. I don't think she redeemed herself. I
But that empathy is there. I think that's why Frieda did it, because like you do want to feel sorry for her, because this is such a real problem, especially right now with like IVF being under the gun and like politics and stuff. Like that's so scary.
Yeah.
So I get the dilemma for sure.
And would you have told on her? Tegan didn't end up telling on them.
No.
Would you have told on her? You wouldn't have, Lauren?
Mm,
Oh.
that's tough. I don't know. I feel like yes, I probably would have.
I feel like I don't know if I would have, because I do think that I'm the type of person that, like, you know, you always see in scary movies, hey, if you just let me go, I won't tell anybody.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
there is a part of me that's like, I'll just tell my therapist about this for the next 3 years and everything will be fine. But so I don't know. That's
Do you
a
think that
good
if
question.
do you think that if you knew the story that then Polly went on to get a young girl, do you think that you would feel differently? Like if you knew that piece, would you feel inclined to then save Sadie? Like if you knew?
Here's the thing about me. I have a huge, giant mouth. I will absolutely tell everyone.
Jess is like, I am not keeping any secrets over here.
Like,
Jess is like, I will tell them.
we can be friends. We can be friends, but like, I can like laugh
from the jail
about
cell.
the way
I'll
that you
visit
kept me, that you
Yeah.
kept me in the basement. Remember that time when you kept me in the basement
I'm totally fine, by the way.
to take my baby?
And also
Totally healed.
I have a permanent limp because my ankle is severely injured.
My foot almost
I
got
almost
chopped
lost my
off.
foot, but haha, that was so funny the time that you took care of me in the basement.
The
mean-
one part of this book that I was like, I literally eyes wide open, like it was about 10:45 last night, and I was like reading as fast as I could, was when Polly had the hammer.
Oh, to the kneecap?
I was like,
Misery.
I was like, she's not gonna do this. Like, no.
Is she about to pull a Kathy Bates on us? I was like,
Bates.
Yeah, I know.
homegirl picked up a hammer. Hammer. I don't know.
Like, she's pretty confident to think that she could shatter her kneecap with her strength. Like, a hammer is, yeah, for sure, but, like, you'd have to probably, like, really bring it down.
I don't know why, but like that injury, like literally makes me want to go into a puddle. Like exactly.
Yeah.
Like I am sweating just like thinking like, oh,
It's the bone shattering part of it all. No, thank you.
bone shattering.
Oh, there's that bone shatter.
No. No.
It really is hard to imagine. Oh, and the foot the whole time. I was like, get that
The
fucking
foot.
boot off. Take the boot off.
Boot off.
When she said she couldn't feel her toes, I was like, girl, it's time. Like, it is time to take
That
off the
shit
boot.
off your foot. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out.
But can you honestly, like, can you imagine being in a basement and being like, oh yeah, like we'll take you to the hospital. Like, don't worry, like we'll get there. And then like the next day,
3 days later.
and then
I think I would go
Benadryl-
insane.
The Benadryl. The Benadryl
Like,
and the mashed potatoes. Oh. I
my
would
God,
have. I would have been asleep for days if she put Benadryl in my mashed potatoes.
I would have been like, thank you. I've been needing sleep. Like, this is nice.
Jess was chowing down on those
I
mashed
would have been,
potatoes.
like, licking the plate of mashed potatoes.
Can I have some more mashed potatoes, please?
Those were so good.
Were they instant ones from like the little, you'd buy the little ones and you just stick them in the microwave, those ones. You had to actually like make mashed potatoes.
Yes. With like
That's the
milk
only
and
way.
butter.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love mashed potatoes.
Right?
Not a mashed potato.
You're not oh my gosh.
I'll
My
take
mom
your
makes
mashed
the best. Yeah. I'll try to take some of Jess's. I'm into it. I love me some mashed potatoes. But like the whole time, like I will say this, like I'm such a hothead. I think that I would have been like screaming and shaking the bed. Like I would have been going insane down there. Like
She was way too calm about it.
Tegan seemed, and there were moments where she got a little feisty, but I would have been like, I'm going to have an aneurysm down here because I'm losing my shit because I don't have control over, like not having control. Oops, sorry guys, splashed you a little there. Oh. I got a bralette on. It's fine. But,
Mashed potatoes and a show. Woohoo.
I mean, this is one episode. But I would have been, I mean, losing my mind down there. I hate not being in control. Oh,
Well, it kept pissing me off when she was trying to like walk. Drag your ass up the stairs. Don't even put weight on your ankle. What are you doing? Get on your all fours and drag yourself. You
Yeah,
don't have
like
to use your ankle.
The Walking
Like, what are you
Dead,
doing?
just like The Walking Dead right up the stairs. Like,
Like she does not have survival instincts, I don't think. Like there's no way.
but she
Did you
was
do that 8 months
pregnant.
pregnant.
Yeah, I was like, guys, I mean, she was preggo. I've never even been pregnant, ladies, and you have.
Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm thinking about me right now in the moment what I would do, but you're right. I'm not 8 months pregnant, so.
The pregnant does put a little wrinkle in things.
Oh, can we also talk about how she made her drink castor oil? Like she made her like drink the little.
Yes, I forgot about that.
So
Which
funny
people
story.
do that, and doctors are like,
Is that
"Do
real,
not do
Jess?
that." People
Funny
do that
story.
all the time.
So I had a like traumatic birth experience with my first, and after 2 failed inductions, they like sent me home because I was like so emotionally distraught. They were like, go home for like 12 hours and then come back. So during that time I went to my mom and dad's house, and my mom was like, just like have a little castor oil, like a little spoonful. And I was like, oh. And I was so desperate to get this baby out of me.
You did
So
it.
I took a spoonful of castor oil,
Did it work?
went back to the hospital. This is such
I'm
an embarrassing
dying.
story. I can't believe that I'm telling you.
I'm like on the edge of my seat.
I was pooping my brains out.
That's what they say happens. Yes.
Pooping my brains out. Like, I was like on the toilet. Like, Jeff like called my mom from the hospital, and he was like, Sonia, like, oh no.
Like why?
This girl is not okay. And like everyone was just like I was like on the toilet laughing because like I was literally on the toilet all night. So it cleared
Kelly
me right
agrees
out.
with you. Kelly said that she's also had that brew and that it was awful.
Oh my god.
Wow. I've heard of like
do not do this.
I've heard of like taking a shot of whiskey because my mom took a shot of whiskey to have me. That just might be an Appalachian thing, though. I don't know.
That would explain a lot about you.
Yeah, I just came out drunk. It's fine.
And you never stop being drunk.
My mom's gonna kill me for sharing this.
This is like a Shame Our Moms podcast. Just kidding, Mom. I love you
Right?
so much.
We love our moms. We love our moms here at Over Our Dead Bodies.
We do. We do. But speaking of Tegan, we haven't talked about who we casted for Tegan, the main character.
I had Elle Fanning.
Oh,
I
that's
thought
good.
about
like-
her.
She's kind of super, super pale. I just imagine someone super, super pale the whole
And
time.
blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see one of
did
the Fanning
Millie-
girls doing it.
I did Millie Bobby Brown
Oh.
Love her.
because I
Iconic.
feel like she
11.
could get feisty. Like she could kind of,
11. I could totally see that.
I didn't really have anybody in mind. She's like kind of a little bit of a blank face for me.
She was
Maybe
like
Mary
someone I
Kate
didn't cast.
or Ashley.
Oh my gosh. Mary Kate or Ashley would be good for Polly, I feel like.
Oh.
It's ghastly looking.
Ugh.
You know who else would be good for Polly? Britney Spears.
She's just up there practicing her dance moves. Sorry, Brittany. I love you. You're so beautiful.
I do love Britney too, but like I feel like mentally
You're my
wise,
childhood hero.
Tegan's
Polly's
down in the
not
basement,
far.
just like hearing like Polly just like spin around, like
she comes
she's like,
downstairs and she's like, "Good morning, Tegan." She's like doing her little thing.
Do you want me to hit me, baby, one more time with that Benadryl? We're so bad for that.
amazing.
That's okay.
Well, yeah,
What about Mitch? You guys, anybody for Mitch?
nah.
He wasn't
Woody
really in it a whole
Harrelson.
lot. I just said Shia. Yeah, I said Shia LaBeouf because I feel like he can play a good drunk character.
I love Shia as
Ooh.
I
well.
do too. I do too, but I feel like he'd play that good.
Just like the outcasts of Hollywood. That is Anna's like.
It's like every person who's been outed. Yeah.
Call me.
I'm
I
tired.
can't help it.
I
You're
can
getting a
fix
good look at
them.
Anna's type here.
I think I need to talk to my therapist about all
I was
this.
gonna say, this might be something you want to unpack in therapy later. Write down all of the men.
My God. Oh my God. Well, overall, what would you rate it? I give it a 2. I did not like it.
I'm gonna say 2. I'm sorry, Frieda. I'm
I know.
so sad.
I'm gonna
about
also give it a 2.
It's like, Frieda, you are the reason we came together, so don't.
Yeah.
We're still gonna read
Don't you
every hot
ever
release.
do that again.
Yeah. Oh my God. We are.
I saw it coming because in all the thriller Facebook groups I'm in like a Frieda McFadden McFans group and like a psych thriller.
Not a
group.
McFans. Do they like McRibs?
McFans. Yeah, we're the McFans.
I knew you were gonna make a McDonald's joke. I knew it.
But
Yes.
everyone was saying it was really not good, and so I'm like, oh, I wanted to be like,
Yeah.
and I feel like there's a lot of people that don't like Frieda, so I really like her, so I'm like, you know what, these people are just Frieda haters.
Yeah.
But it was even like fans of hers that were saying that, so I was like,
Yeah. But that's okay. I will read every book she comes out with. Like,
Oh.
I don't care. It's
Yeah.
not going to deter me from reading her again. It's just that this was a little too predictable for me. And I think it was just predictable because I've just heard so many true crime stories about this. So I think that's where it came from me.
I have high
like it was
hopes
so
for The
good,
Tenant.
Yes,
Me
that's the next one. Yes, I'm super excited.
That one I feel like has a good like title. Like it just sounds
Yes.
like it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Mrs.
So shall we
Anderson-
share?
Mrs. Anderson gave it 1 star. 1.
oof. I get it.
What,
Do
what
we want to?
is-
Just 3 stars.
What?
Just.
Oh, 3
Says 3.
stars. Oh
It
my
does say
God.
3 stars.
I'm like, wait,
Jess can't read. It's okay.
Someone else asked a question that I can read. What is your favorite of hers?
I can read.
The second housemaid.
I feel like the housemaid ones are so good. And then I would say Ward D and Never
I don't
Lie.
think I've
are
read
also
that.
really good.
Anna, you would love that one.
Wait,
Ward
let me
D
write
is
it down.
really
Which
good.
one?
Ward D.
Okay. Oh, I can already tell I like it.
I
Never
also
Lie.
like the prison one. What was the
What was that?
her like
inmate?
ex-boyfriend? The inmate.
that
was
was a
good
good
too.
one. Yeah.
Ward
And then
D
Never
you
Lie.
love.
That's the one where it's the therapist.
Loved Never Lie.
That one's really good too.
I forgot about that. Was one of my first ones of hers. I love.
See, I just
Never
kind of
Lie.
got on the Frieda train, so I haven't read all of her books. So
Yeah, you
I got some homework.
They're such
I'm
easy
into
reads.
it.
Oh.
Yeah.
They are really easy. Reads.
just, like,
This was
burned through 'em.
Even this wasn't my favorite. It was still very engaging, and it was
Yeah.
quick. I read it took me a couple days. And that was it. It was very
Yeah.
quick, and it was engaging. Like it kept me wanting to read it, but
Yeah.
it just wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
Do we want to share our next book? Do you want to show us, Lauren? You have
Lauren.
the.
Oh, Miss Anderson said "Never Lie." Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And the teacher, did you
ready?
get the teacher? Ooh.
The teacher was tough.
Like, because
was-
I
As
am
a teacher, it was hard.
It was a weird one.
And you guys, a teacher, I was going to text you guys this. A teacher in my district is getting like investigated right now because there's been like several students who've come out and said that he's like sexually harassed them.
Oh no. Oh no.
I know.
That breaks your heart.
And I used to teach at the school, and so I taught with this person, and I'm like, ugh,
Oh no.
Did you get a vibe?
icky. I didn't know him super well. I taught pre-K and he taught 5th grade, so like very far apart. But every time I was like kind of around him, he kind of did give me like a little bit of a icky, like icky vibes. But yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's when
so this
the
story
teacher hits
behind-
too close.
Yeah, the story behind our pick is that when we were in Vermont, we saw this in this like little local bookstore, and we saw the cover, and like we were like, "That's a really cool cover." And then I'll just show you.
Yeah, we just thought that was a fun title. We had I don't think any of us had ever heard of the author before, right?
No, and we liked that it was a woman of color too.
Yeah.
So we wanted to pick that.
So the Jigsaw Man is our March pick, and we're going to be meeting a month from today, March 20th, right?
Yep.
We're really struggling with our dates, girls. And if there's any men listening, we the calendar has been tricky for us, but we're getting it together. But Miss Lauren's going to Disney, so we are going to be doing it on March 20th so that she can still join us. And we're super excited to do the Jigsaw Man. And it's also a series of, I believe, 3 books.
Yeah.
So if we like it, it'll introduce all of us to some more books. So we're excited.
Woohoo! I'm excited about that one. Are we
Yeah, it looks
are we
really
announcing our bonus book too or no?
Oh, yes,
And-
which I have it in the other room, but I'm kind of like locked in a corner, so I can't get out. But we're also, our bonus book is going to be...
Polly, is that you?
We are going to be doing the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. We know it's not a thriller pick, but we were also, we picked this out, I know, we picked this out when we were in that local bookstore in Vermont, and I don't know, we've just been hearing so much about the Let Them Theory and how awesome it is, and we kind of just wanted to mix it up, and we were like, there are no rules in this book club. We can do whatever we want.
bonus
So
book.
it's
Right.
a bonus book, so if you want to do a little bit of self-help love and a little journey with us, you can read the Let Them Theory as well. So, yay!
It's gonna be March is gonna be such a good month. I'm so excited.
I'm excited. So y'all want to do our sign off?
Yeah.
Well, why does on my end it says our live ended?
It told me the same.
Okay.
I bet it's an hour.
Must be.
Oh.
Yeah. So we'll just do it real quick.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right, ladies, on 3. 3, 2, 1. Remember, you're not a dead body. You're a somebody. Yay! We did it. That was better.
That was so much better. That was so much
That was
better.
better.
All right.
Okay, kids, we did it.